Hello, welcome to my channel, Lux to O. And today I wanted to share with you my experience with some of Xerjoff's Join the Club collection. Now I do think some in this collection lean a little masculine, so I don't have all of the scents, and that would be a lot of fragrances. But I do have 5 that I want to share with you, and they will be 40 knots, also 400, More Than Words, Shunkoin, and Fatal Charm. JTC 400 is an absolutely gorgeous fragrance. It's all year, except maybe when it's summertime at its peak, it may not be a good choice. It's a citrus, woody floral, and it is from their Join the Club collection where the notes are vaulted, and I will share with you what I can smell in this particular fragrance. All fragrances are unisex, but in my opinion, this can lean feminine or masculine, depending on how it works out with your body chemistry. The nozzle is always very nice on the Xerjoff bottles. They're always very diffusive. It's a lovely scent. This has an enduringly sweet scent and a moderate scent trail. This opens with a freshness of citrus and an intoxicating floral blend that seems to have some thick honeyed sweetness, which I suspect may also come from orange blossom, and I think from honey and other white florals. There is a vanilla in here that, at least to my nose, I can pick up. It's a lovely fragrance. I can picture this on a bride, but it doesn't have that light sparkling quality that I would say for a bride, maybe mother of the bride. But it is perfect anytime you want to be enveloped in a refined style of fragrance. There is something spicy in here. It might be a ylang ylang. In fact, I do think it is ylang ylang, which contributes to that spiciness. I'm not sure this is going to be a crowd-pleasing fragrance, so I would say try before you buy. I think some may get the honeyed floral more than I do. In addition, there's a patchouli in here that lends some earthiness to the creation, which I don't mind spice, so it's one that I would want to keep in my collection. There are 3 words, in my opinion, to describe this fragrance, and that is fresh, floral, and honeyed. The next fragrance I'm going to speak to you about is number 2 on this list, and it is going to be 40 knots. Also in the Join the Club collection, all of these are. This is spring, summer appropriate. It's unisex, but leans masculine to my nose. Oh, but it is fresh and lovely. It's been a little while since I've tried this one on and worn it, because this is spring and summer. It's unisex, and yes, probably leans a little masculine. This has a woody saltiness to it, which makes sense since this fragrance, 40 knots, is supposed to be representing like a sailing club. My husband loves to watch those sailing videos on YouTube. Me, not so much, probably because I can't swim. But this is one of those seafaring scents. It has that feel to it. When I initially sprayed it, I think this is one that I did not care for. However, after the first 30 minutes, it does become more unisex, a little sweeter, and a little smoother. I find this to be a very complex blend of notes, and it is very hard to pick out individual notes in my opinion. The scent really seems to evolve from the top spray, the top notes, all the way to the dry down. I think the dry down is more appealing to me, and the other notes do continue to come out. They're blended very well, and all of the notes seem to play very well together. I think there may be honey in here, and I think there is some spiciness, along with a nice warmth. The saltiness in this fragrance seems to last throughout the enduring longevity. 40 knots isn't for me. It's more of a fragrance that I think my husband will enjoy. Xerjoff's quality is still present in each and every one of these fragrances, even if I don't feel 40 knots is a fragrance for me. The bottle is absolutely gorgeous with the blue glass, not tinted. It is a real blue glass, and that apparently is expensive to find. So that makes this collection kind of unique, and I think the bottles are beautiful. The next fragrance is one that I love so much, and it is one that is for fall and winter, my favorite seasons. And I do think this could easily be worn into the spring. This is called More Than Words. While this is fall-winter, I do think spring it would be great, and in summer evenings I think it would be very appropriate. If it's a really hot summer evening, it may overwhelm you or those around you. It is unisex, leaning masculine, but I absolutely adore More Than Words. And in the beginning, it comes across very woody and fruity, really sweet, all at the same time. Woody, floral, fruity. So how could people not like this one? There is a rose in here, and I get more of a dried fruit, a little sweeter. Has some notes that remind me of Overture, which is it was in a velvet gray bottle. Now I think it's in just the lacquered gray bottle, which I also love, and it's called Overture. It is not in the Join the Club collection. This one, however, has that same dried fruit that Overture has. It's gorgeous. This has oud in it, but it's a very smooth, pleasant oud. The spiciness, oh, and it is just a whole lot of magic. This did come across masculine the first couple of times I wore it, but I can't imagine parting with it now because it is so masterfully created, in my opinion. More Than Words is the perfect name for the fragrance. It has a sparkling quality which makes an appearance but doesn't last in the dry down. It is irresistible. More Than Words can take you from casual events to evening special events. As I have become more accustomed to various notes and niche fragrances, I would not have chosen More Than Words a few years ago. However, now I want this to always be in my collection. This is the smaller 1.7 bottle, 50 milliliters, and I do have a pretty good dent that is about down to here. I love this, and when it runs out, I will definitely be purchasing this again. This is one I do want to always have in my collection, and this is More Than Words. The next fragrance from the Join the Club collection is another real gem to me. It is Shunkoin. It's an all year round scent, unisex but leans feminine to me. This is Xerjoff's ode to tranquility and meditation. And they even mentioned cherry blossom and plum as notes in here. At least they gave us a couple. Shunkoin has everything creamy. It's vanillic, milky, powdery, long-lasting, with good sillage. And in here I also get a matcha note and coconut. It may be that this is a fragrance of my dreams, and it just fits in perfectly to my style. I've spoken about this in my Zen fragrance video. Shunkoin should be embraced by those who want a peaceful, easy feeling fragrance that is suitable any day at any time. I don't consider this really as a date night fragrance, but it is addictively beautiful. The next fragrance, I do not have the bottle. I'll pop a picture up. It looks the same as the others with the blue bottle, gold cap, as all the Join the Club collections do have. This last one is called Fatal Charm. It's a high fashion couture is the club that Fatal Charm is supposed to mimic or make us think of. It is very powdery, floral, feminine with auras, and maybe it has a very light tobacco in here. The deal breaker for me is the powder bomb that Fatal Charm is. I plan to try it again in a few months, maybe in the fall. I think it's most suitable for fall and winter, and I do think you could wear it in the summer. It is fall-winter appropriate, and perhaps even in early spring when it's still cool outside. I think Fatal Charm can be a little overwhelming. At this time, as I mentioned, it's not for me. It actually seems to be a little old-fashioned. Oh, I hate to say that. And just too powdery for me, and I never thought I'd say that. It does have lasting power and good sillage. If it works with your body chemistry, then I think it can be a fabulous scent. I tried all of these before ordering them, and I love the way Xerjoff has on their website where you could choose the fragrances you want to try in a sample set, and then you apply a portion of that purchase, if not the full purchase price, to a full-sized bottle if you choose to order it from them. But it has been a really great way to affordably try samples, and they make it affordable because they want you to get hooked on Xerjoff. And believe me, it is quite easy to do. Their fragrances are all, I think, masterfully blended. Not all of them work with my body chemistry, and probably not all of those will work for you. However, I will mention that the Join the Club collection are unique. All of the fragrances have been unique. Some of them, like Commandante, they do lean very masculine. So why don't you go to Xerjoff's website and choose 4 that you want to try. And I believe it was $20 at one point. It might be $25 now for those samples, so you can see it is still affordable. So thank you so much for joining me. Let me know if you have any from the Join the Club collection that are your favorites. Perhaps tell me, out of the ones I've told you about, what your favorite is or what you'd most like to try. Please like, share, and subscribe. Thank you so much for joining me, and I will see you in my next fragrance video, my fragrance friends. Thank you and goodbye.